Mishle Perek Gimel, at the end of the Perek, Pasuk Lamed Dalet, Im lalesim hu yalis, wala anoim iten hen. So you see the Pasuk both juxtaposes, but also places on opposite ends of the scale these two types of people, those described as lesim, who speak a great deal. They like to speak, they like to talk, they like to hear all these stories and rumors and talk about people and what have you. Those people are the lesim. And anoim, which means people who are humble, who do not think the world of themselves, are the different kind, are the opposite from lesim. To speak lashon hara about others, that you have to have a certain amount, at least, of ga'wa. You have to first think that I'm wonderful, or at least I'm pretty okay, and quite commendable, in fact, and worthy of praise. And I'm not like those people over there. And and therefore I can criticize and speak ill of and spread rumors about and cause others to think less of so and so. A person who is a truly humble person will not do this, because he knows that he himself is far from perfect. He knows that many people could find much fault with him, and they would not be wrong. They would be correct if they were to, in other words, they would be factually correct to point out these things. And knowing that he himself is far from perfect, and knowing that all human beings have their shortcomings, and knowing his own shortcomings and being fully aware of them, because a haughty person essentially has to hide from his own, from his view, himself. He has to hide himself from himself. He cannot really see himself as he is. He has to paint a certain picture of himself, which is not real, which is not factual. And then he feels himself raised on high. He's on a pedestal, and he can now judge everybody else, and he can express opinions about everybody else, and everybody else is very deserving, and they have it coming to them because they're not nearly as wonderful as he is. So there has to be an element of ga'awa in lashon hara. So the very best defense against lashon hara is anawa, is humility, and being aware of one's own shortcomings. If one sees himself in a true light, he will be much less inclined. Excuse me. He will be much less inclined to be a Baal Lashon Hara.